also discussed the root causes of migration, in particular, the lack of economic opportunity for many people here in Guatemala. The United States recognizes that it is both in our interest and reflective of our values to help create that opportunity and to share in economic prosperity.
Ariel Ruiz Soto is a policy analyst at the Migration Policy Institute, joins us now live from Sacramento in California. Great to have you with us. So we heard Kamala Harris there saying that she wants to address the root causes of migration across the southern border. She talks about economic disparity. What kind of things is she going to have to look at if she really does want to address the root causes?
Hello, thank you for having me. The first thing that the Vice President should begin to talk in conversations with Guatemala is trying to assess how and what programs will work best in the particular municipalities in Guatemala. Some of the key root causes that we've seen are insecurity, malnutrition, hunger, and to some degree, I guess, corruption for sure. But another piece is also understanding how this government also can put their own funding for these programs. And looking specifically at the municipal governments in Guatemala, specifically in the most rural parts of Guatemala, is likely to be the most effective work in the beginning to make sure that we have a better strategy there in the region as a whole.
Do you think politically the Biden administration is properly focused on tackling human trafficking and illegal immigration?
Well, trafficking is certainly part of the focus here and has to be. Security in Central America continues to be one, perhaps, of the biggest priorities for the governments themselves as well. And it does have to be a priority, but that doesn't mean that it has to be the only one. The other pieces that I think will come after this meeting include looking at increasing labor pathways to the United States or to other countries in the region, as well as increasing protection for migrants and refugees looking for another avenue outside of their countries, and as well as looking at migration controls, of course, within their own countries, but also across the region as a whole. So certainly human trafficking has to be part of the conversation, but it cannot be the only one, given the current state of the capacities of the countries, specifically starting with Guatemala.
Right. And the Biden administration is also talking about trying to secure commitments from Guatemala and Mexico for better cooperation on border security. Are they going to get those commitments, do you think?
I think there's going to be, the moment is ripe for a certain action in both Mexico and Guatemala. I think we can have a debate about the other two countries in the region, but certainly with Mexico, the capacities there have increased in looking at migration control. Guatemala has begun to do this since COVID came into play last year, and has also increased its own capacity to do migration control. The next chapter of these conversations, though, has to be, again, humanitarian protection avenues for migrants, as well as legal pathways for those migrants to find better avenues to come to the United States. It can't be that the only thing that's happening in the region in terms of cooperation has to be enforcement. We need to think broader and more sustainable approaches that make each of the central governments more resilient to facing future migration flows as well. So I think Mexico has certainly some of the ideas of what they want to do. Guatemala has a particular idea as well, and it has to start with vulnerable populations, women and children, of course.
Great to get your analysis there. Thank you very much indeed, Ariel Ruiz Soto there.